Hey, this is Erika Awakening from topsmarter.com. Welcome back to day 27 of the 30-day World Peace Challenge. Thank you for still being here. Today we're going to address the false belief that separation ever provides a solution, and we're specifically going to focus on punishment, judgment, and avoidance as the ego's three favorite strategies for never ever solving any problem, but just moving it around. Way too much to explain in this video. If you want to really understand what I teach, the best way to do that is get long-term coaching with me at topsmarter.com/coaching, and you can learn a lot from my videos. topsmarter.com/store. I'd love to have a couple more long-term mentoring clients. It's a real commitment. It's a significant commitment. But if the stuff we've been doing in this video is it all intriguing to you, then you can consider it. Again, it's at topsmarter.com/coaching. So I'm just going to do the tapping, not much explaining in this video, just for sake of time. But we won't solve anything until we stop trying to use separation as the solution. Alright, let's go on karate chop. Even though there isn't any hope of world peace, while we still think separation solves anything, and I'm as guilty of it as anyone, the farther I got along in learning this stuff, the more isolated I became. It felt like nobody understood me, except a handful of my students. And I didn't want to be around people anymore. But I know this doesn't solve anything. It's not any different than our other separation solutions. Judgment, punishment, and avoidance. I love and accept myself anyway. Let's go on the top of your head. Even though everything the world uses for problem solving is defective in its essence, but I don't think anyone's ever going to see this. It is so tempting when things get uncomfortable to separate from each other. We have divorces, we have prisons, we use medical treatments that may solve the symptoms but don't solve the underlying separation. So the person isn't really healed. We separate the government from the people. We separate the employer from the employee. We separate people from animals for the most part. In history, we've separated races from each other. We've separated ethnicities. And all we got to do is look at history to know that separation never solves anything. Our prisons just get bigger. Resentment grows deeper. Countries fight over their borders. People drown their unresolved feelings in all forms of dissociation, separating from our feelings, separating from each other, separating from God, and separating from the solutions. There is no hope for world peace until we stop trying to use separation as a way to solve problems. We even go on vacation to separate. We do it for the wrong reasons. I have to escape my life instead of facing my life and making it worth living. I'm ready for God and the angels to help us now let go of using separation in a futile attempt to solve problems and embrace the one answer that will actually heal everything. Alright, take a deep breath. Alright, let's go on karate chop. The mind that plans is refusing to allow for change. What it has learned before becomes the basis for its future goals. And it does not see that here and now is everything. It needs to guarantee a future quite unlike the past, without a continuity of any old ideas and sick beliefs. Anticipation plays no part at all, for present confidence directs the way. Let's go on the top of your head. Defenses are the plans you undertake to make against the truth. Their aim is to select what you approve and disregard what you consider incompatible with your beliefs of your reality. Yet what remains is meaningless indeed. For it is your reality that is the threat, which your defenses would attack, obscure and take apart and crucify. What could you not accept if you knew that everything that happens is gently planned by one whose only purpose is your good? Your present trust in Him is the defense that promises a future undisturbed and without a trace of sorrow, with joy that constantly increases. As this life becomes a holy instant, set in time, but heeding only immortality. Let no defenses but your present trust direct the future, and this life becomes a meaningful encounter with the truth that only your defenses would conceal. Alright, let's go back on karate chop. Deep breath. Again, the yawns are Good, releases. Without defenses, you become a light, which heaven gratefully acknowledges to be its own. And it will lead you on in ways appointed for your happiness, according to the ancient plan, begun when time was born. And gladly will our brothers lay aside their cumbersome defenses, which availed them nothing and could only terrify. Oh my goodness. We will anticipate that time today with present confidence, for this is part of what was planned for us. We will be sure that everything we need is given us for our accomplishment of this today. We make no plans for how it will be done, but realize that our defenselessness is all that is required for the truth to dawn upon our minds with certainty. Oh, goodness gracious. If I defend myself, I am attacked. But in defenselessness, I will be strong, and I will learn what my defenses hide. If there are plans to make, you will be told of them. They may not be the plans you thought were needed, nor indeed the answers to the problems which you thought confronted you. But they are answers to another kind of question, which remains unanswered, yet in need of answering, until the answer comes to you at last. It's so funny, it's Easter today, and I keep getting the Easter passages. Let's go back and cry to Chuck. He has remembered you. Today we will remember him. For this is Easter time in your salvation. And you rise again from what was seeming death and hopelessness. Now is the light of hope reborn in you. For now you come without defense, to learn the part for you within the plan of God. What little plans or magical beliefs can still have value when you have received your function from the voice for God Himself. Just go to the top of your head. Try not to shape this day as you believe would benefit you most, for you cannot conceive of all the happiness that comes to you without your planning. Learn today, and all the world will take this giant stride and celebrate your Easter time with you. As foolish little things appear to raise defensiveness in you and tempt you to engage in weaving plans, Remind yourself this is a special day for learning. This is my Easter time, and I would keep it holy. I need not defend myself, because the Son of God needs no defense against the truth of His reality. Alright, deep breath. We will let that integrate. We'll see what's next. You can ask questions at tapsmarter.com/forum. And please support us by checking out the products, which will change your life radically, at tapsmarter.com/store. This is Erika Awakening. See you next time. Take care.